What's going on, everyone? This is ODC. That's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles The Flash TV show, The Flash figure. He is not standing up on his own. I actually tried for around 10 minutes before I started shooting this review to try to get him to stand. He was standing on a different surface. It might just be this surface is uneven or causing him to not stand, but he will stand on his own. You just have to trust me. You have to trust me. He does have a little bit of an issue on his foot right here. I just want to point this out before I start the review. On the bottom of his foot is kind of curved up over here, and then there's a little bit of a difference of level right here in his where his, I would say, his toes to about the middle of his foot towards his heel. Right where the, I guess his archway would be in his foot. It does dip in a little bit and then pop back up, so it kind of causes him to want to wobble a little bit. But you can get him. I have got him. I do have witnesses that have seen this happen. But here is the Flash figure. I kind of put off on getting this guy just because I wanted to wait and see what season 1 was really about, and then kind of go from there. And I really do like the show a lot. It's probably my favorite out of the superhero shows that are available to us. Gotham's probably not even on the list because I can't stand that show, but that's a different story for a different time. It'd probably be Flash, and Arrow. And then, I don't even watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore. I haven't watched this whole season so far. But those are probably the two shows that I really do watch and pay attention to. Last season, Arrow wasn't very good. I wasn't very happy with that. But enough talk about the shows. I do like the Flash show. It's pretty good. I like the characters. They're pretty good. Iris can get a little annoying here and there, but you know, whatever. He does come with a couple accessories. Sorry about going off topic there, but I couldn't help myself. He does come with different sets of hands, which is pretty cool. If I can get them in focus, for the love of God. There we go. And now I have shadows all over the place. There we go. They're nicely sculpted. Look pretty good. Nicely textured too, to go along with the suit. And then he comes with 2 fist hands too. So 2 gripping hands, 2 fist hands, and then he comes with these 2 kind of like running gesture hands, which looks really cool. They just pretty much just peg right in, and they just pop off pretty easily. And then you kind of put the fist in there if you want to. Boom. I noticed that taking off his hands and then putting them back on, that some paint is coming off, and I'm pretty sure that it's the paint from inside of his hand. I'll just show you really quick. You see those little dots? That's actually the paint chipping off. So I just wanted to point that out. There's some more over here, actually. There's actually a lot coming off. I think it's just from inside the where the peg holes are. It's probably just rubbing from the peg being taken off and then put back on. But he has decent articulation. Some odd articulation in the hips, I would say. He would really, I think he really, I mean, they could have given this figure, or they should have given this figure a waist swivel here. I know it sounds redundant by having the diaphragm joint, but I think this character would have benefited from a diaphragm joint and a waist swivel, even though it's kind of redundant. You're swiveling 2 different parts of the torso and it gets kind of annoying. But for specific running poses, I think it would have helped him. The arms, I wish the elbows were double jointed elbows. This is a single bend, and it's not really the best single bend. It's very minimal. These being TV show figures, maybe they can get the biggest budget of all time, but still, I feel like, I mean, you got to get him into a running pose You want to be able to bend his elbow up. I mean, double jointed knees, but no elbows. I'll never understand that, why toy companies do that. Toy companies in general. But the overall sculpt of this figure is beautifully done. I'd say maybe the flesh tones could be a little bit better. It doesn't really look very realistic to me. But I think the likeness to the actor looks pretty good. I do have to say, it looks pretty good. His wings here on the side, or his bolts, I should say, on the side of his head, are nicely sculpted, and they are raised off of the head, sculpted. It looks like they're sculpted right off the head, so looks really cool. And you can see the indentation of the extra sculpted, I guess, flash. You could put you can call it a flash lightning bolt molded into the head, so it looks really good, and it runs all the way down back to the back portion of the mask. And then you have everything pretty much is sculpted, and he's got a nice texture on his shoulders, arms, nice mixture of texture and smooth. Kind of gives off that really, that material that he actually had for the show, or does have for the show. He got a new symbol now as of the new season 2. He's got a white symbol now instead of the red. They did switch that out, so spoiler alert, sorry if I ruined it, but he got a new suit, so sue me. As far as his articulation goes, his head does swivel, full 360 rotation. It can't look up that well, and I really wish it would have it can look up a little bit better, because with running poses, you really want his head to look up, I feel like. Just a little bit more would have been nice, but he can look down. He does have a head tilt. We got no job turkeys, no gobbles, no, not today. His arms do go up about that far, and that's pretty much maxed out right there. And they do go down, full 360 rotation. He does have a single bend at the elbow, which I wish was a double jointed elbow, or a true single jointed elbow. At least if with a single bend, we could have get more than, this is less than 90 degrees right here. It's pretty bad. He does have a swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, and he does have a hinge on all of his hands. It does have this diaphragm joint, which swivels side to side, and it can pivot side to side as well, so you can get that pretty good. And it does crunch, so you're getting a pretty good with just a ball. I believe this is just a ball peg. You're getting a pretty good range of motion in the torso, which I was not expecting. This guy's a little bit tight. I'm still trying to loosen him up a little bit. As far as the splits go, this is what scares the hell out of me. This is not very good. These gapping issues on the side of him look, magoo, ugly, woof, ugly. I don't know. I don't want to go any further because I feel like it's gonna snap. Almost, and I hate having that feeling with a figure. Oh, if I don't go any figure, or if I go any figure, if I go any further, it's gonna snap the leg. I hate that feeling. So, this is pretty much the splits for him, which is pretty pathetic, if you ask me. Legs go forward about that far, and they do go back. They actually go further back than they do go forward. That's maxed out going forward, and then they go back further, which to me, I don't know why the hell that makes sense, but okay. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. He does have a boot swivel, an ankle hinge which goes forward and back, and he does have that nice ankle pivot that we have all grown to love. And he does have one peg hole at the bottom of his foot. And I really think that this figure would have benefited from a display stand. If you're going to give us a couple hands, I feel like they should have given us a display stand with this figure, especially with a running type character. You want to be able to balance him on something or peg him to something so he'll be able to do a running pose. Like I said, you can get him into running poses. I have seen it, but it's just kind of tough on certain surfaces because his feet are a little bit off right here. But overall, I do like the figure. I'm going to do the Arrow action figure next, so stay tuned for that review. Would I recommend this figure? Yeah, I still like it. Overall, it's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst I've seen. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.